21 officer-involved shootings in 8 years. It's a statistic that Pueblo's top cop calls alarming.
Tonight, Chief Investigative Reporter Eric Ross digging into the data found the criminal justice system may be partly to blame for putting officers' lives in danger.
We discovered more than half of officer-involved shootings in Pueblo involved criminals who are currently on parole or probation. Many have long rap sheets, but never seem to spend a lot of time behind bars.
Shots fired. Code 3, officer down.
It seems like every month in America, we hear about an officer-involved shooting.
Shot fired, officer down! Shot fired, officer down!
Sadly, not all of these officers recover from their injuries.
My heart is broken not only for the family of Deputy Flick, but for the El Paso County Sheriff's Office and for the citizens of this county.
And in Pueblo, a spike in shootings has Chief Troy Davenport on edge.
There are more officer-involved shootings in Pueblo today than there was in the last 25 years.
The Pueblo Police Department just completed a case study reviewing 21 officer-involved shootings since January 2011. Research shows 80% of those shootings involved a person who was on parole or probation at some point in their life, and 51%, or more than half, were currently on parole or probation.
These are folks who have been convicted. It's not a question as to whether they have a history of felony commission or not. They do, and yet they're out in the public. In a couple of instances, investigation revealed that they had committed at least technical violations of their parole prior to the shooting occurring.
Chief Davenport says the stakes are much higher when officers encounter parolees because they have a lot less to lose and will go to extreme measures to get away. Seeing the aggression toward officers, the I don't care mentality, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear as the leader and the executive officer of the Pueblo Police Department is that one of our officers someday is going to get hurt. Hurt bad. We may lose one.
News 5 Investigates reviewed every officer-involved shooting dating back 8 years. We found felons with rap sheets for motor vehicle theft, robbery, child abuse, even homicide.
There is 55 different pieces of legislation that have been passed that I think has led to jail overcrowding and the release of some of these folks arguably prematurely.
Once felons are released from prison, it's not always easy to send them back. In fact, a change in state law allows the Department of Corrections to reject felons arrested on parole violations. Instead, they get sent to county jail. But because of overcrowding, Davenport says felons often end up getting released back on the streets. If lawmakers were sitting in the room with me and they said, Chief Davenport, we know there's a problem. What's the solution?
Well, I think we need to take a very serious look at the parameters under which parole officers are making decisions. This is certainly not me saying that I'm anti-rehabilitation or treatment or any of those other things. The fact of the matter is the bulk of majority of people who get convicted are going to be released, and they should be. You can't hold people forever. But when we have violent offenders who have been convicted of violent crimes and they've been released and they commit even technical violations, I think we need to take a harder look.
Take the case of Joe Delira Alirez, whose criminal history dates back nearly 2 decades. His record reveals multiple drug charges, theft cases, and a pattern of stealing cars. Last year, Pueblo police responded to a call from Alirez's ex, who claimed he was outside her home firing gunshots and would not leave. Alirez, who was on parole at the time, took police on a high-speed chase and fired multiple rounds at officers. Officers fired back and killed him.
This is not something that they desired to do, but it's part of their duties. They have to protect themselves and others.
The district attorney's office ruled that shooting justified. Coming up later tonight.
There's a lot of moving parts to the criminal justice system.
In an exclusive interview with District Attorney Jeff Chostner, he explains why some criminals are getting released early, even after a judge hands down a stiff sentence. We'll break down the disconnect between local police, the courts, and the Department of Corrections. Also,
once he got out of the vehicle after the pursuit was over and continued to run and shoot back at officers and stuff, I mean, he pretty much forced our hands to respond accordingly.
We showed you this shootout between officers and a career felon. Tonight, this officer sits down with News 5 Investigates to explain what body cameras did not capture. And we showed you the problem with repeat offenders getting released early and committing more crimes. Now we're looking for solutions. Part 2 of our investigation continues tonight at 10. Watching out for you, Eric Ross, News 5 Investigates.